had it planned, I probably would have done the lame thing of having it happen on the last page of 97. But anyway.
And of course, that's why I've got a script, and I was completely surprised. I was like, you didn't tell me about this.
Because I didn't know.
Huge fan, already kind of left a note on your...
Yeah, I got that. It's all covered.
You know, okay. So you make these awesome characters that can survive the zombie apocalypse very well. How would you guys do?
Really, really badly.
You would do okay because you're in the woods in the UK and there's nobody around you, right? You do all right. Well, no, you live in a fairly rural area, right?
Yeah, I mean...
All right, you're right. No, I would do horribly.
I live in leafy suburbia.
People would want you in their group because, I mean...
And that would be very foolish. They'd be like, you write The Walking Dead, like you can like figure out how we can survive and like what's gonna happen and what weapons we need. And I'd be like, I can write you comics. Now, where are the Cheez-Its? Cheez-Its? Because I don't know what to do.
Thank you very much.
They'd be like, now we're gonna run, and I'd go, I'm out.
How you doing, guys? Well, I've got a question. A lot of people, you said it countless times that you want to do stories about what's going on somewhere else, and you really don't want to worry about that, focus on the group. So hypothetically, since you're never going to see anywhere around,
Question is already pointless.
in your mind, since you are the guy that you are.
Unicorns don't exist, but if you had a unicorn.
In other places, where are you picking? Because I know since you're from
The bottom of the ocean.
Where
I would do The Walking Dead Atlantis. And it would just be everyone drinking like underwater lemonade going, they're not down here yet. It'd be a pretty boring comic. Where would you go? What would your Walking Dead spin-off location be of choice?
Dead in space.
Now, I will say, television show-wise, it would be like Hawaii or something because, like, Georgia is hot. And, I guess Hawaii is hot too, so that doesn't make any sense. But, there's like a beach and stuff, and I will say I've honestly never been to Hawaii, so I don't know. People say it's nice. So Lost looked cool, and it was shocking.
How messed up would the West Coast be, though, in your mind? Hypothetically.
The West Coast is already kind of messed up. So yeah, although I will say, I'm just gonna talk like it's just boring now. But no, I was in Kentucky and there's like drought conditions in Kentucky, and like the grass is yellow and the ground is dry and it feels like you're walking on straw, and it's because it hasn't rained in like 4 weeks. And then I come back to LA and everything's like lush and green and it hasn't rained in like 7 months. And I'm like, so I guess the irrigation system in California is like set up for that stuff, and that's kind of impressive. So I think the West Coast will be fine. I changed my answer.
Hey guys, Robert, Charlie, how you guys doing today?
Good.
So I wanted to actually discuss about the...
You just won awards, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, actually that's what I say, swag, it's pretty legit. So, but what I wanted to actually discuss about was actually the Walking Dead game by Traveler's Tales. I really have to actually give them credit. They're a great game. Everyone should play it if you haven't. But what was the idea about it, how surrounding with especially that new group that you're at? Did you actually involve yourself a lot with the group in terms of like, say, Lily, which was actually the one who actually, killed the baby and everyone else? So.
I'm pretty proud of the fact that the comic book, the TV show, the Telltale video game, people seem to like them. And the really cool thing about that is like Charlie and I do the comic and we're very proud of it. I work on the show with like 4,000 different people. So the fact that you guys like it is very much more because of their hard work than it is because of mine. And it's the same with the Telltale video game. Like I've been able to align myself with all these different people that are doing really great work on The Walking Dead, and I get to take the credit for it. So it's all me. it's a fantastic game. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, when Telltale sent me down and they were like, hey, we're going to have this system where you're making decisions and it's going to affect different, like, chapters and the game's going to be, like, very different by the time you get to the end. And I was like, what? Is that even possible? Like, that sounds amazing. So, you know, they really put in a lot of hard work and they deserve, you know, a lot of the credit. Not all the credit, though.
Thanks, Robert.
Thanks. I don't know about that.
I'm a really big fan of The Walking Dead, the show and the comic. You guys, well, look at zombies a lot per se, but how do you prevent the nightmares? Don't pull the card that I'm a kid and I shouldn't be watching this because this happens to my parents, this happens to my siblings, it happens to everyone. So you guys have some technique or something?
How do you prevent nightmares, Charlie?
Get on a psychoanalysis couch.
Put your feet in a bucket of water when you go to sleep. I don't know.
Well, it's funny, drawing the book, it's kind of...
You can get it.
Drawing the book... Yeah, well, I can feel the vibration.
Sound off or something.
Well, I turned the sound on because I kept missing calls.
Well, that was a mistake.
Who is it? No idea.
It's somebody from the UK. Turn your switch.
Anyway.
Come on, Grandpa, this is a movie theater.
I'm leaving the book.
I made a horrible mistake. I take it all back.
Oh, wait. No, it's kind of a weird, for me anyway. I kind of get all the, all anything emotional, for want of a better word, out of the way after reading the script and sort of thinking about it. By the time it comes to physically drawing it, it's just marks on paper, literally. And there's a kind of a weird separation between myself and drawing. You know, I could be drawing sort of a madman, you know, battering to death pink, white, fluffy kittens, and I would have no emotional reaction to it, literally drawing it. So it all sort of comes out beforehand. So yeah, nightmares. Cool, I'll do it tomorrow.
So it's basically desensitize yourself to violence. Is that your answer?
Yeah.
It's just comic books.
Okay, hello there. Hello both of you, to Robert and Charlie. I want to know, I'd like to make a suggestion. Why not add some deaf characters to the storyline? I think it would be amazing to have a deaf zombie character.
I'm not opposed to that. I mean, normally I am extremely anti-deaf people.
I just thought I'd put the idea out there, and maybe people reading the book would say, wow, you have all these hearing people, but I think maybe having a deaf character there could make an interesting element change.
I agree with that. That's cool. Yeah. I would definitely take it under advisement.
Hello there. I have a question.
That's not a gun, is it? It's kind of dark out there.
It's not yet.
Somebody tell me that's not good.
But I apologize in advance if this seems kind of asinine. I just want to say I love the comic. It's the first one I ever pirated and then actually bought. That's all.
That had a happy ending.
I apologize if this question seems kind of controversial or dickish, but what's going on with the legal issues surrounding Tony Moore and you? And do you care to comment on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's an unfortunate thing that I'm glad you asked me about. You know, there's clearly a disagreement there, and we're clearly working through it. And I think that we'll soon be reaching a conclusion that you know, we can both be happy with. So I'm fine with it.
Excellent. Hope you guys can work it out.
President! Okay, carefully.
No, yes, of course, no spoilers. What makes him different or more badass than, say, like the governor, who literally cut off Rick's hand and brought a freaking tank to his gates? What makes Negan so much more of a threat?
I mean, only time will tell. I will say that, you know, he's only been in like 12 pages and you're already comparing him to the governor, so I think we're off to a good start. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot planned for the guy, and he has a cool bat.
Yeah, and he's also based on Henry Rollins, which makes him
Does Negan have a tank?
We'll have to see.
See?
I mean, we
He has
have
an Air Force.
You know, there's a lot to learn about the Saviors, which is Negan's group. We don't know where they live. We still don't know exactly how many of them there are. We don't know what their living situation is like. We don't know if they're mobile. We don't know anything. So there's still quite a bit to learn there. And, you know, there is kind of an effort to go, you know, look, we're at issue 100 now. The governor was introduced in 33 and no, he was introduced in 27. Don't get mad. And he, you know, he died in issue 48, and people still, you know, talk about him. And it's like, you know, let's try and top that. You know, let's try and introduce a new threat into the book that can, you know, at least match that level of intensity and be something memorable for the long life of the series. And so, you know, I think we've got some really cool stuff planned for the guy, and I think he had a pretty good debut in issue 100. I don't know if you guys necessarily like him. But,
Not at all.
You know, it's kind of cool.
Thank you.
It's got a cool jacket. I really like that jacket, by the way.
Hi guys. First and foremost, Robert, I just want to say thank you because as an Asian American woman, and more specifically a Korean American woman, it's so nice to have a character like Glenn, which is such a departure. Such a departure from what we see in the mass media. Your portrayal of Glenn as someone who is masculine, a love interest for Maggie, it's just very positive and reaffirming, and I just want to congratulate you on that because we need to see more characters like that.
Thank you.
And,
if only he were deaf.
Yeah, I just thought it was really important that, you know, that we appreciate that as a community, and
Thank you very much.
yeah. My question though is, writing obviously you can take certain liberties that are different than screenwriting, let's say, where you can write characters that you know will, I guess, can be unlikable or throwaways, and I'm just wondering if you do, with intent, write certain characters like Carol, for instance, who, I don't know if anyone agrees, annoyed me, but do you write characters like that knowing that ultimately you will let them go and they'll fall away and then the audience will kind of say, I'm so glad that they're out of here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily like purposefully try to make characters that people don't like, but I do, like Carol, for instance, was a character that I purposefully wanted to write a weak and fragile human being who wasn't capable of surviving in this world, and I wanted to continually show her being weirdly dependent on people and unable to cope, and so that made her not likable because people were like, what's wrong with you, you know? And I do recognize that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a large cast, and I'm really just trying to, you know, portray these characters as realistically as possible and do interesting things with them. And, you know, if they end up being likable or unlikable, I mean, I'm always, you know, aware that, you know, I'm doing different things that could possibly steer people in that direction, but to a certain extent, it's very hard to control, like, what the audience is going to respond to and what they're going to pick up on. So I just kind of roll the dice, and, you know, if people don't like them a lot, I just kill them.
Thanks.
I just have a quick question. Do either of you have any plans or desire to be on the TV show on a cameo type character?
I was on a TV show. You didn't see me, but I was on it.
Yeah, in the opening scene when Rick comes around the corner in the premiere pilot, looking for the word, when he comes into Atlanta on the horse, he comes around the corner and there's this big wall of zombies, and then the zombies chase him on the horse and he falls off. And I don't know.
I was in that wall of zombies.
He was there. And set your watches, kids. It's anecdote time. I was on set for that. Charlie was coming in and he was like, I'm going to be a zombie. I'm sure I'm going to be a zombie. And That's the extent of my British accent capabilities, as pitiful as they are. And I was like, no, I'm
Robert still
not.
believes London's shrouded in fog.
Someone get a Bobby in here. This guy's getting annoying. But anyway, they're still called Bobbies, right?
No. not
Double
really.
decker buses.
Yes.
Toast with like an egg on it somehow. I saw that in V for Vendetta. Anyway. I don't set books in the UK for a reason. Don't know anything about it. Are you guys still keeping time on this? So, I said, no, I'm not going to be a zombie because it's in Atlanta. You're going to be covered in latex and paint and all this, thick blood and stuff, and I don't want to do it, and it's going to be horrible, and I don't want to see myself on camera anyway, so the answer to the question is I have no desire to be in the show at all because I don't like looking at myself in the mirror, let alone when I'm watching television. But anyway, no, it's just, I've seen this enough. It's not myself. Just saying. But anyway, I know I'm handsome. So, I kind of knew how miserable it was going to be, and Charlie was like, no, you're crazy, it's going to be great. And then Charlie waited for like 5 hours to get put in makeup, and then got put in makeup, came in, was filming for like an hour and a half or something, and it was just sweltering hot. And the film, the scene was shot over the course of 2 days, and they had all the same zombie extras for the same 2 days, and Charlie was like, I'm not going to do this tomorrow. And so that's why Charlie is not visible in the scene, because he gave up. He gave up because I was right. And then the next day he came and he wore a t-shirt, and we sat in the producer's tent and
in the
watched,
shade,
and we had a grand old time, and we sipped underwater lemonade, and it was fantastic. And you enjoyed that day much more?
I did. I much preferred that. Well, no, actually, I loved the process of getting made up because I was lucky to be what they termed a VIP zombie, and so I got to go in the makeup trailer and have all the proper makeup put on. And I was prepared to even conquer one of my fears, which was having contact lenses put in. I'm really squeamish about anything to do with my eyes, and thankfully I'm not short-sighted or anything, so if I was, I'd have to wear glasses. I couldn't wear contacts. Greg Nicotero was sort of saying, well, if you're going to be VIP zombie and in the foreground, you're going to have to wear the contacts. So I was like, okay, I'll wear the contacts. And I was queuing up for the lens technician or whatever she was called.
It was actually just a person that showed up. They told you that to make you nervous. This is our lens technician over here.
And I was one person away from her and the odd hops, and then they called a wrap for the day. I was like, I didn't know whether to go yay or whether to sort of be actually quite disappointed because I hadn't conquered my fear in the end, and I never will now.
Okay, I'm going to touch your eyeball right now. The disappointment registered in that thanks. It was much appreciated. Sorry about that. Thanks.
Gentlemen, I just wanted to echo some sentiments from before. I think you're both handsome men.
I think the sentiments before were that I was more handsome. That's true.
Last year, Robert, you said that, and I think...
Don't hold me to things that I say.
I think you'll agree. You said that there was going to be no zombie dogs, no zombie tigers, as we've seen in some movies.
Zombie tigers do sound pretty good.
You haven't seen that? Zombie Apocalypse with Ving Rhames, there was zombie tigers.
I am going to be watching that. Is it on Netflix? I'll be watching that tonight. Because you said zombie tigers and Ving Rhames.
It goes down.
How did that movie not make more money than Avatar? Does he ride a zombie tiger? No. Okay, there's the problem.
One of the many failures of the film.
I'm going to call Hollywood. Go ahead.
But saying that, there is no animals. I mean, every once in a while you'll see a deer. But I was wondering, did y'all make a conscious effort to say in the comic, there's not going to be packs of dogs or pumas or...
Pumas?
In Georgia, there's pumas.
Okay, I stand corrected.
There's no dogs. I thought maybe somebody had a dog by now. Maybe Negan would show up and he'd have a big dog with him.
I will say that Norman Reedus is just hounding Glenn Mazzara, and sometimes me, not really, about like having a dog. Like, oh, Daryl should have a dog. Come on, give him a dog. And so that is why there will never be any dogs.
I'll tell you a reason there's no animals in The Walking Dead, and that's just because I keep forgetting to draw them.
Chickens. There's chickens in the
There's
Helltown.
chickens? They're not
I
zombie,
remember
not
typing
even zombie
those.
chickens.
Remember typing those descriptions. They're in the Helltown. They're walking. I don't know. Chickens walking around. Whatever.
Yeah, there was a lot of description of it. Every paragraph was like, blah, 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 dialogue, chickens walking, chickens going past. In the foreground there are chickens.
Yeah, it's hungry.
I just wanted to ask, big fan by the way, have you taken any bath salts to inspire you?
Too soon, man. Too soon.
And is there
I'll say that I woke up, that incident was very not cool, and especially for me, if I can be a little narcissistic, because every day I would check my Twitter feed and it would be nothing but people like